Hey guys, welcome back to another Warhammer action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Chaos Space Marine Word Bearer from McFarlane Toys. We have a gold label collection tag on the box that means it's exclusive to one retailer only, this figure only being sold on Amazon in the US. On the back we have a 3D render of the figure itself along with its name and no other information on the series. And on the side we have a close-up of the 3D render along with the name again. Large bulky figures like the Space Marines require you to take out the entire package out, that's secured with ties on the back that you'll have to cut to get out. And like all other McFarlane releases, we get a display stand that's secured to the box with plastic that you'll have to rip open. The Word Bearers were originally one of the first 9 Space Marine legions founded in the Imperium, who betrayed mankind during the Horus Heresy. Formerly known as the Imperial Heralds, the Word Bearers became the first Space Marine Legion to turn to the side of chaos and set in motion the galactic civil war of the Horus Heresy. As the Word Bearers spread their atrocities throughout the galaxy, this led to their Primarch Lorgar ascension into a demon, becoming an equal to a Chaos God to his legion of traitor Marines. Unlike other traitor Chaos Marines, the Word Bearers have still remained a unified legion and have not separated into separate warbands fighting against one another for power and control. The Word Bearers' goal is to preach the one true faith of chaos to unite humanity and exterminate any who will not choose the path of chaos. Let's take a look at the details. A wrinkled, bald, exposed head of the Chaos Marine shows scars and markings of a Chaos Star on his forehead. Small black dots are painted for the eyes, and we can see the metal rebreather covering the lower part of the head, detailed with metal teeth, tubing, and screws. A large horn sticks out from the side of the head. From the back we can see more detail of the machinery surrounding the head. More ports, tubes, and metal plates can be seen here, as well as the fading paint on the horn and more wrinkles in the skin. A large gray metal skull is at the center of the chest with large tubing going into the armor. Small ports can be seen on the side of the armor, as well as the rigid under armor on the stomach. The back has large plates of armor stacked over each other, with the large socket at the center. We will be covering up this socket later with an accessory in the review. A flaming, roaring horned demon head can be seen on the shoulder armor, sculpted with scratches, bullet holes, and dent details. Surrounding the shoulder armor is a trim of gray metal teeth and armor. On the other shoulder, the armor has large metal spikes on top of the red plate. The arms have a spiked gray metal trim of studded arrows on the forearms, with small pointed studs on the knuckles of the gloves. A large red and silver star buckle is held in place by a brown belt wrapped around the armor. Next to it we have a grenade attached to the belt, with a soft plastic cloth hanging down from the leather belt. The cloth has a thick texture with torn edges and holes sculpted in a wavy cloth effect. More accessories are attached to the belt on the back, with a small pouch and another grenade. Underneath we have 2 large plates of studded armor layered on top of each other. On the right thigh we have more of that gray metal trim, with the red armor underneath sculpted to be worn out with scratches and dents. The left thigh is similar in damage in the sculpt, but has a brown belt wrapped around, with a small Chaos Star at the center. A large metal screaming demon face is on the right leg of the armor, wrapping around the entire armored leg. While on the left leg we have a large point of the Star of Chaos at the center of the leg armor. And we wrap up the detail of the figure with the boots. Large red armored Space Marine boots, with details like large sections of plated armor and soles. Let's take a look at the articulation. The head rotates left and right, and the plate it's attached to up and down. The shoulder armor has its own ball joint at the center, allowing it to rotate. It gives the shoulder more range, but will still restrict the motion. The shoulders fully rotate, and can open, but is still restricted by the shoulder armor. Forearms that rotate, double jointed elbows that bend inward, as best as thick armor can, wrists that bend up and down and rotate, a ball joint at the chest, and another ball joint at the waist that rotates and bends slightly forward and back. Legs that open and bend forward and back with great range. Rotating thighs. The cloth here is made of a soft rubbery plastic. Double jointed knees that bend back with short range until the armor hits each other. ankles that rotate, blocked by the armor, that bend up and down, with a toe that bends upward. The Chaos Space Marine uses the same body type as the original Chaos Marine, so they are equal in height, but still shorter than the Ultramarines. I've placed the word bearer next to the other Warhammer figures and a few other McFarlane figures to get a better idea on the scale. We get a Chaos themed backpack in matching red and gray silver colors. On the back we have a large peg to place into the back of the figure. To install the backpack, you simply peg it into the socket on the back until it clicks into place. We get an unpainted gray plasma pistol detailed with small tubes and metal parts. We get a large one-handed power mace, unpainted as well, but with many details. And we get the standard McFarlane stand with the Warhammer logo on it. There's no getting around the biggest flaw of the figure, the goofy look of the eyes. While this is a painted version of the artist proof that was released along with the first Chaos Marine, McFarlane using the same body with slight changes is something we're used to in the Warhammer line. While the head sculpt has a ton of fine detail, the lack of paint is going to be the #1 issue in figures that need a lot of paint to look good. The weapons lacking in paint as well really makes this figure feel lacking, especially compared to past releases. But other than the lack of paint, we have another great figure using the Chaos Marine body, with the red and gray metal paint looking great on this armor. The battle damage details gives every section of the armor some added detail, and overall the sculpting is great on the new parts that we do get with the figure. The weapons that are included are unique to this figure and the artist proof version, so if you're looking to expand your weapon accessories, this makes a nice pickup as well. For the price, the figure makes an excellent base figure to build up on, adding on additional paint details where it's needed. As someone who buys artist proof figures but is too scared to paint them himself, getting those figures in the painted version is a nice option to have. A simple wash, a few added details will go a long way on this figure, but for those who don't want to delve into painting figures, a helmet swap might be the best option here. Like all of the other Marines, they look unique enough from each other to collect, and the price point is great for this amount of sculpted detail. This figure is part of the Gold Label collection, so it's exclusively sold on Amazon in the US. He's out now, so if you're looking to expand your Chaos army, this is a great chance, especially if you're okay with touching up your own figures. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this figure, subscribe, or give me a like to help out the channel.